It says I'm live, so it must be true. Hey everyone, author DL Tillery here, the Mistress of Horror. And you're here for my birthday cover reveal celebration. If you didn't know, now you do. Though I did give it away in the title, so you shouldn't be that surprised. But yeah, I just wanted to chill real quick and make the announcement. I'm not going to be here super long because I want to eat my awesome harvest bowl that I have coming for me. It's being made. Actually, I think it's already ready. And I have a slice of pineapple upside down cake that I need to eat. Obviously, it's my birthday, so I have to do all those birthday things. Um, the morning started off really nice. Everybody was giving me birthday wishes over on Facebook. Thanks everyone for that who's catching it from Facebook. And I've been getting messages all night and all day, so that's really awesome. I always love that. Um, yeah, I have a great it's a great day because I don't have to work. Oh my. Hey everyone in the chat. Hey Barrett. Oh. Hey Pravi. And Aphrodite's here. Martha, hey. Oh my goodness. Everybody's here. Thanks for popping in. What today really is about, besides me being awesome and getting another year older, is my cover reveal. Now I've been holding on to this cover for over a year. And this cover cost me a pretty penny and it's worth every single dime. Okay. This artist is amazing. I mean, I'd have to, spell every word in amazing. Just that wouldn't even explain how amazing he is. I'm going to do some split screen sharing, obviously, so I can show you the cover because this is not a pre-recorded video, so I can't just prop it up next to me like I like to do in my pre-recorded videos. Um, but I'm going to show his website before I show you the cover, and then I will, jump into that. But yes, so I turned 37 today. I know I don't look 37, do I? Black doesn't crack, um, as they like to say. So, yeah, I'll be, digging into my gifts. I got some awesome pair of tennis for my birthdays. I treated myself to some pure romance from actually Pravi, who's in the chat. Her daughter Linda sells it. It's really good stuff. I always buy it and treat myself. I bought myself like some new golf stuff from Doll's Kill, which is a really cool store that I like to shop. This all for us golf people. Um, but yes, so I treated myself to that. I'm actually wearing a piece of a dress from Doll's Kill. You'll see it in a post on Facebook later. I took a picture. Um, but yeah, so I treated myself. Look, I even painted my nails because I never do that because I run a cleaning business and there's really no point. So, but I'm off for a couple of days, so I treated myself and painted my nails. Okay. I also have some stuff from Color Street, so I'll have to treat myself again and do them in a couple of days again before I go back to work and ruin them. Um, but yeah, thanks everybody for being here. And I know a few of my close writer friends have seen the cover because I couldn't hold it too much from every single person. But yeah, so I'm really excited about sharing it with you. But I wanted to tell you a few things that I'm in the middle of doing right now before I show you the cover. I have a few plans for the channel. If you notice, my channel has slowed down a little bit. That's because my schedule is monumentally busy. I'm a homeschooling mom as well, so that also is taking up some of my evening free time. Plus, I run my own businesses as well. So yes, the channel has slowed down far as like weekly uploads, as you can understand, and being a moving into full-time writer, that also takes up my other free time. But I will not leave the channel high and dry, of course. I will keep uploading. So I have a few collabs that I'm going to be in coming up with some other authors and horror tubers, booktubers coming up that you'll see me showing up at other people's videos. And then I have some of my own videos that I'm pre-recording that I will get up periodically. One of the newer things that I'm going to be doing on the channel is horror based. Big shock because that's what I do. It's going to be a spinoff of Barrett Laurie's CGL show over on his channel, which is the critique group that he does live. And I'm going to be doing a horror spinoff because we horror writers get a little bit of a rebuttal, a little cold shoulder sometimes in the writing world and filming world and gaming world in general, because everyone looks at us like we're creepers. but we do like to give you the creepy, so that's not too surprising, is it? But I wanted to do a spinoff of that show just to have writers on that do horror and bring on one writer at a time and let them read a piece, a part of a piece on there, and then talk about horror in general to them and give them a spotlight, so to speak. And I wanted to do one person at a time so to be focused on just one writer, and then they could get their time to shine. And you could follow them and things like that. And you also know about some of their upcoming works. They could talk about that too. So I'm going to be introducing that series. It's going to be a live stream series in January. I'm looking at the end of January to start the first one. It's only going to be once a month. And I will always announce the guest who it will be about. We're going to talk on the show kind of about horror. And you know how every horror writer is going to see things differently as well. So we're going to talk about that. Plus, I'm going to let them read part of their piece. So if you cannot handle horror, you cannot handle gore, you cannot handle tragedy, because horror does extend past just things like, I love monsters. There are also all types of monsters, even ones in humans. So you will get very graphical things being read. So you definitely want to be 18 and over to view this show. So I'll give you a warning. If you have any triggers or you have like sensitivity things, you may not want to show up for this show because none of that will be blocked. So that being said, you'll get some graphical things being read, like limbs being torn apart and things like that, because that happens in horror. So again, if you're sensitive to these things, then I would say do not show up. There will be no censor bars for that. That being said, I will be having different writers on here, ones who are published, not published, and so on. But I'll be getting contact with different people. Of course, one of my first guests will be the novel Nana Bex. She is known for writing really great horror, goes into the gore, which I love. And then another writer who does gore, and he's not horror, but Arthur D.L. Stewart does really good kill scenes in his stuff. So the show is going to definitely be based around these things, not just horror, but horrific type of stories or things that have a lot of good, decent murder in them. Pardon the word. But yes, I will be having quite a few different writers on here. And another one I would like to mention is Colin as well, who he has actually a channel on YouTube too. But these people that I'm mentioning, you'll see them coming up, and they're part of my tribe. So it's not too surprising that they'll be on my show. Yes, look at DL saying he likes murders. But we know, we can tell from the killing scenes that you have in your book. He writes fantasy, high fantasy a lot of times, but he has some really good kill scenes in those. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know what's going on the channel and some of the projects that I'm working on right now, besides Caliostro, which is in its final stages, meaning its last self-edits from the beta run. And then it goes to my editor, but that's why the cover reveal is today. And then the other thing I have going on right now is a project that was on the back burner that was originally going to be short tales. I've turned a full-fledged novel series. And it's a horror series, and it might possibly be traditionally published. So I was kind of contacted, so we'll see where that goes. But besides that, also Serve Cold. I'm in an anthology that is put together by Regina Sinclair over at Haunted Library, and it's compiled of many different horror tubers, booktubers, and author tubers who are writers. And we put this all together. All our stories are in there. And if you like reading horror, then you must check this out. It comes out actually December the 11th. And my short horror in it is called Fractals. So you should like that. I like writing monster horror, so that gives you a heads up what it might possibly be about. And it's all the stories in it are about something insinuated around cold. So check that out. I should have the link below, but I will put it if it's not, because I know I have The Room Within below, which was my short horror that I released solo, but it originally was in actually the anthology that came before this one by Regina Sinclair. So I'm sure we're coming up to the moment you've all been waiting for. This cover is amazing, but before I show you the cover, I'm going to show you the artist, and drum roll for him. Let me pull up screen share. So you'll see me go itty bitty on the side in a second. Let's see. Share screen. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna go with entire screen share. All right. So let's go to this. All right. So everyone should be seeing the cover artist's website here. Yes, it showed up. So this is the artist. His name is Dusan. I always say his name wrong. Dusan Markovic. I want to say, but like I say, I butcher names all the time. So, but he is amazing. Look at this. Like, look, just look at some of his art. I'm just gonna close up. Amazing stuff. This artist is amazing. Like there has never been a cover that he did not just like make amazing. Like like really everything. Everything. But anyway, so I just wanted to give him a shout out because he's amazing. You can check out his website. I will be putting it in the link below. But like, yes, amazing. I can't like there's no other word. I'm like breathtaking design, ridiculous. Like look at this work. Ridiculous, but yeah. So once I came across him, it had to happen. Like there was no turning back. So I contacted him, we worked together. He came up with his vision of what I gave him information wise and knocked it out the park. Okay. Yes, I'm just amazed by him, like ridiculous. So let me stop sharing the screen for a minute. Now, if you don't know about Caliostro, Tale of the Libertin, which is the name of my debut novel, it is a dark fantasy novel. I believe that's where it's going to fall because of its premise. As you know, I'm predominantly a horror writer, but I write many genres. And it's a fusion genre. That's what dark fantasy is. It's pretty much just horror and fantasy put together. Falling in fantasy because it's technically what they call paranormal. Paranormal doesn't mean what it should mean in genres, but for books, but okay. So like angels and demons and vampires and werewolves and things like that are in the story. So, and horror, of course, because that's what I do. Um, but yes, so I'm going to read you the blurb on the back of the book to give you an idea if you haven't heard it before. So bear with me 1 second. Let's see. La, la, la. Alrighty, so the blurb. In a world that's laced in mystery and silent darkness, a being unlike any other walks among two worlds. After drawing breath for over 700 years, Caliostro Masterson has yet to uncover the hidden truths of his past. He has become resolute in his loneliness and stays to himself for the most part. But at dusk, the sound of someone drowning in the nearby lake grabs his attention. The heartbeat is fading, but he cannot ignore its call. He springs into action, saving the unknown female who can't remember who she is or how she got there. Soon, the attraction between the two becomes both dangerous and unstoppable. Ooh. A battle wages within Cagliostro as he tries to balance old responsibilities and new ones. With his newfound guests bringing new light yet confusion to the table and constant attacks from the Hunters Guild, Cagliostro will need all his gained wisdom and knowledge. He must protect his ideals, contend with shadows from his past, and keep his new guests safe from his world and his heart, both of which she doesn't belong in. All right, so now I will reveal the cover. But of course, I'm going to do it in a teasing way because I'm a horror writer. That's what I do. All right. Yes, got some romance too. Now, Barrett was a beta reader for the story, so he knows what's going on in book one. So here comes the cover. Let me get this screen share going. Unless you let me. I think I have it down here. Okay, so here we go. Screen share again. Share the screen. The entire screen. Yes, we want to share the entire screen. All right, so here we go. Drum roll, please. So, as you see, the T's, how we like to do that. But so we have this. Let me get ready. So, are you ready? Everyone ready? Everyone doing the drum rolls. Everyone drumming the roll. All right, and the cover. Take a look at that. Just the artist outdid himself amazingly. Just when I saw the cover, I was just breath gone from my body, just over. And I can't help but look at it all the time. I even have it as my background on my computer because I have to see it all the time. It's awesome. The wings, he got it amazingly because Caliostro has wings made of like blue light. They aren't feathery. So just amazing. So you see the manor in the background. One of the smaller lakes is closer, not the one that she was pulled out of. And I know some people are going to be like, Allison's behind is there. Like, I can kind of see what's happening. I'm like, yes, well, she is completely wet because he just pulled her from the lake. So, yes. I'm not allergic to bodies or anything of showing them. So, don't expect that from me. I'm not the one. Um, hey, Aphrodite. But yes, so this is the cover. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you get to see Caliostro and Allison together. And this is Caliostro from Dusan's perspective. I gave him a bunch of details and everything. So yeah, just amazing. There's nothing else you can say but that. Caliostro's so cool, I can't help it. But yes, so you see, Caliostro also likes to wear suits. I don't know where he got that from. I swear, right? And it was funny when Dusan did the original. He sent me the original to okay once he put the color and everything in. And Caliostro boots, they were not dress boots. That's what Caliostro wears, is he is a business person too. You'll find out later. But he had more like the medieval style boots on, and they were coming up the calf, and I was like, oh no, that's not going to work because he works in different, he goes through different things. And I'm like, these shoes, they need to be different. He was like, okay. I said, need to be like the dress boots that men wear for suits and things. He's like, okay. So bam, and that happened. But yes, I can't wait for you to read the story. I can't wait for you to see it. And this is book 1. So it's a 3-part book series. And just look at that. It's awesome. Like, I really just love it. So he will be the artist for all 3 books, of course. I will not be changing artists. Like, I don't think ever. Just no. So I'm gonna go. This is also like a small advertisement that Aphrodite Lee actually helped with, just to give you a side view of it. But yes, so the title Cagliostro, the name is a derivative of the name Cagliostro, and I kind of made it up so it doesn't exactly exist, this version of the name. And Libertin is another word that's made up, and it's a fusion of what he is. So the tale of Libertin is all about Cagliostro. He is the Libertin. So yes, I am excited about this. It's been a long time coming. It's a dream come true when your book comes out, and it's just, I'm happy that I've gotten this far with it. Yes, I've released some short stories, but the fact of getting the full novel out and the story that I've been working on a long time is really surreal. So the date. Right now, the date is April 2022. So, not too far from now. I'm doing the reveal now because all the advertising part of this starts in January, February. So, yeah, you'll be seeing a lot more things. The official trailer is being worked on currently. So, that will also be coming very soon. And yes, I just love this cover. But I guess you've probably seen enough of it by now. You'll see it when you get it in your hands coming soon. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop screen share and check the chat and see what everyone's saying. I couldn't see anything with that full screen going on. Oh yes, Allison does have, she does have something back there on the back end. Who's that? Novel Nana. Oh my, that's funny. Yes, yes, she does. Oh my, yes, yes. I was drooling as well when I saw the cover. Like you can imagine, like definitely. So yeah, if anybody have any questions about the story, let me know. But you can just be surprised. That's fine too. Thank you, Novel Nana. You too, sweetie. Right back at you. Yes, he did amazing job. And I know a lot of times with dark fantasy, sometimes you don't get people on the cover. But originally I wasn't going with characters on the cover, but I thought with the fusion of the genre with which is dark fantasy, that I would go with that. So the covers change and go and change a little bit as the story goes on. So that would be nice to see it transition. Thank you, Martha. Yes, it's finally real. Like, you know the feeling. You put out quite a many books. All great stories, too. If you got any questions, put a Q in front of it so I can know it's a question, and I will be all over it. Aphrodite has a question. So, when can I expect my Sir Winterwolf version? Oh my goodness. Now what Aphrodite is so subtly talking about is one of the side characters in the story. His name is Duncan. It's not a secret, so I can tell you. And his last name is Winterwolf. He's very close to Caliostro and actually is always at the manor. Well, he stays at the manor. He's not always at the manor. He's up to other things as well, being a side character. So yeah. Um, there will possibly be spin-offs, of course, of side characters in the book because a lot of my stories are connected. If you had the chance to read The Room Within, the main villain in that one is actually in Caliostro, and she's a side character in Caliostro. So a lot of my books connect. Most of my stories all connect to Caliostro's world. So heads up on that. So yes, look at you, you funny. But yeah, so that's the cover. I don't know what to say about it. I look at it all the time. It's a problem, but I'm excited, and I'm probably going to have do the character art. Originally, I had other character art of Caliostro that was done by another artist, which was really cool to have that to start. But I do like to try to keep everything in order from the same artist as possible for the specific project. So I already talked to him about it, about doing the cast, which will probably cost me an arm and a leg and another arm and a leg and then yet another arm and a leg. But again, it is quite worth it. So he's very flexible. So I really appreciate that. So he'll be happy that today happened finally, so he can share the cover himself because he likes to share the covers that he made. Um, but yeah, I'm excited about it releasing not too far from now, especially after finishing finishing the first draft over 2 years ago, and then all the stages. And one thing I wanted to talk about real quick is from a reader perspective and even a writer's perspective, that when you go into a bookstore or you shop online for a book and you see that book on a shelf or see its picture online, you really don't have a clue in most cases what it is, what the writer, what they went through to get that book on the shelf. It's just so many stages and so many things that you have to do to get that book there. What it took, all the blood, sweat, and tears that it took, a lot of heartache in some writers' cases. And it doesn't matter if we're self-published or traditionally published, we still have to go through a lot of different pains. So it's a labor of love nonetheless. So when you see a book on a cover, when you see a book on the shelf, or you see the cover of a book online, think about the respect behind that. Like the respect that that author deserves just for going through all the changes that they went through. And again, if you're not a writer, you won't probably always know what those things are, but just having the compassion to know what they went through to get that story there. And I see, like, it's fine for your honest opinion on someone's story, but this is my thing. When I read someone else's story, if I did not like it, I take that as it is, just my opinion at the end of the day, because we all have different tastes. That's why you don't ever see bad reviews from me, because I usually only upload a review if I liked it. Just like I do with a product. If I usually don't waste my time with like going up and putting up bad reviews. A product that's electronic, if it's so bad and I think people need to be warned, definitely I'll do that. But when it comes to a book and it's an artistic thing, it's a creative thing, it's going to be my opinion no matter how I slice it. Someone else could love it and I could dislike it. So that's why I'm very careful about putting up bad reviews of authors' books. Even so, well, people need to know. They don't necessarily need to know your opinion, because no matter how you slice it, that's all it comes down to. No matter what, because it's likes and dislikes. And do they deserve for you to tear apart their work? That it took all that blood, sweat, and tears? I think people need to think about those things sometimes. Nothing wrong with being honest, but is it really any point to it when we think about it? I don't know. That's just my opinion. But anyway, you know how opinions work. No one cares. Uh, but let me check the chat one time. Yeah, Martha, it is. Publishing is hard, especially self-publishing, because you have it all on you. There's no house, paying for your editor or anything else, or your cover or your formatting or any of those things. All on you. So it is crazy. Thank you, Barrett. Yeah, it's something. So yes, rapid releases are a thing. Oh, we have a question from Novel Nana. How many books can we expect from this series? 3 books from this series specifically that are directly in the line of this story. There will be spinoffs. Some of the side characters in the book, as you get to introduce to them, get to know them, they will have their own books as well. That is already set and planned. So yes. Let me try missing the other questions. Oh yes, Caliostro is a hottie. He is. I agree. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Aphrodite's out. I will never give a bad review. If I hate it, I just walk away. Art is subjective. People forget that. They really do, though. Yes, Martha does. Actually, Martha has made me a cover for one of my novels that's not out yet. One of my horror novels. Actually, 2. One is one of my poetry collection that hasn't released yet, and one of my other stories as well. Aphrodite, I tell you, I have a cover problem. I'm admitting it live right now that I do. I have a lot of covers and a folder on my computer for stories that are on the back burner. But yeah, I love covers. I'm just telling you. So the cat's out of the bag, people. It's out of the bag. Alrighty. And Colin says, am I still on your beta readers list? Of course. You will stay there. So any of the stuff I have coming up, Colin, for sure. Definitely. I really appreciate all your feedback from the Caliostro run, for sure. So yeah, cover addicts is real. Okay. Hello, just David. How you doing? It doesn't matter. You can replay it. We've seen the cover already, but I will show you again. How about that? No one's gonna be upset if I pull it up again real quick, right? Right? Nobody's gonna be upset about that. Let me pull it back up real quick. I don't mind. I'm not against that. I can show them more time before I roll out of here and get my cake and my food. Cause listen, I'm not gonna act like I'm not hungry, y'all. Cause I am. So yeah, I'll show it one more time. Where is that? Did I close the screen? All right, bear with me 1 second, please. I think that I close it. 1 second. Here it is. There we go. For those who came in late and didn't see it, there it is. Bam! Again. So yes, I'm generous enough, and I'll show you again. Yes. Yes, his wings are made of like blue light. They are not feathers. So they are energy based wings. They flap like feather wings, but they are not feathers. This is true. Martha, you funny. All right. So that's the cover again. I know I hate to pull it away from you, but I must. But yeah, so yes, it's pretty cool. The artist did amazing. So again, I'll put his link down in the information box so that way. Yeah, I know. Everyone keeps saying that. I know, like, wasn't intentional. Hey, he came up with that. I did say she had curves, but so he was like, "This must be what does she mean then?" Yeah, mock-ups. Yeah, yeah, up to 25 books. Yes, that would be amazing. Like, can you imagine that? 25 books in one series. Ooh, I've seen those. Yes, his wings are amazing. Thanks, Pravi. I'm gonna be having me some good eats soon. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, everyone. Thanks everyone for coming and seeing the reveal of Caliostro Tale of Liberty cover. It's been a long time coming, and it was so hard for me to hold it for so long. You know, this cover's been done for over a year at this point, and poor Deucin, he couldn't even show it. As I was like, I'm holding it, so I'm not that, so he can finally show it to all his customers and stuff now. So yes, he's a trooper like that. But yeah, so thanks everyone, and I'm gonna go and finish enjoying the rest of my birthday and relax because I'm off for the next couple of days. So a mini vacation for me, so I just get to chill. I'm gonna chill, and I have to write, of course, but I like writing, so that's okay too. Um, and probably I'm gonna make sure I get some video game time. And as you can see, I got my video games back there. I really need to catch up on. I'm behind, so yeah. Thanks everyone for the birthday wishes. Thank you. Look at look at Mark talking about booty cell. Yes, yes it does. I mean, if it doesn't, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Oh, Aphrodite has one question before we roll out. What's coming up in the future? Hmm. As far as the book, or how do you mean? I'm not sure exactly how you meant, but let me know because I don't know. If you mean if you mean books, then I did talk about that. I think you missed that part. You may not have been in here yet. I did talk about early on about what I'm going to be doing on the channel. You might want to just watch the replay. And for writing, I did tell everyone that what I'm working on currently about what's about to release the Cold Surf Cold. My short horror is in there, and then I did speak about the horror series I'm working on that could possibly be traditionally published. Um, and of course, Caliostro book 2 has already been started. I already started working on book 2 for that. Book 3 and 2 are really done in my head. I already know the ending of the entire series. I don't really play that. So, and I have so many other stories, so many to tell. One project I didn't mention is an erotic anthology that I'm going to be in. That's actually run by author Aphrodite Lee under Minx Kanoch, which is her erotica pen. My erotica pen name is Lavinia Hart. So I have a tale that will be in her anthology. So that's another thing. I told you I write everything. I actually also write children's books. And my pen for my children's books, which I told everyone on one of my older videos, is Freya Ravenwood. So I have a children's series that has like a 3-part book series. I already have the covers made for it. That series is also one of the first ones that's going to come out under my other pen name. So I have a lot of stuff planned. There's a lot of stuff going on up in here. So anyway, all right. So thanks for the birthday wishes, and I'm going to go ahead and scoot out of here and get my din that's made for my birthday. Thank you, Shido. And I will be eating a slice of that pineapple upside down cake. Thanks, Mom. Um, and I will see you all in my next video or live stream. Stay scared.